The house stood alone, a silhouette against the desolate landscape. Windows, like vacant eyes, stared out from the overgrown ivy. It was a place of shadows and secrets, forgotten by time but not by fear. Locals whispered tales, stories of laughter in the dead of night, of cold spots and shifting shadows. They called it the Hollow House, a name that sent shivers down the bravest of spines. But for Ethan, the historian, fear was a curiosity. He saw not a haunted house, but a story waiting to be told, a history trapped within the decaying walls. He was determined to uncover its truth. Ethan had spent years researching the Hollow House. He pored over faded journals and cryptic accounts, each piece fueling his desire to understand the mansion's dark heart. What events had transpired within those walls? As he stood before the rusted iron gates, a chill wind whispered through the trees. It was as if the house itself was watching him. A sense of foreboding settled over him, but he pushed it aside. He had come prepared, armed with knowledge, a flashlight and a notebook. He took a deep breath, the metallic tang of fear mixing with the damp air. He pushed open the gates and stepped onto the overgrown path. The crunch of gravel underfoot was the only sound in the stillness. The air grew heavy as he approached the house. The scent of damp wood and decay hung heavy in the air. He placed his hand on the front door, cold and unyielding. With a creak, it slowly swung open. Inside, dust motes danced in the slivers of light that pierced the gloom. The air was stagnant, thick with the weight of forgotten memories. Ethan switched on his flashlight, its beam cutting through the darkness. He stepped inside, the door closing behind him with a resounding thud. He felt a presence, something unseen watching him from the shadows. A soft whisper seemed to coil around him, too faint to decipher. He shivered, his heart pounding against his ribs. He was not alone. Days turned into nights as Ethan meticulously explored the house. He documented each room, sketching its layout and noting any unusual details. He felt a growing sense of unease, as if he was being observed, followed. One evening, while examining a faded tapestry, he felt a cold breath on his neck. He whirled around, but there was nothing there, only the echo of his own fear in the silence. That night, as he tried to sleep, the whispers returned, this time clearer. He could almost make out words, fragments of sentences that sent chills down his spine. They spoke of betrayal, of a love gone wrong, of a life unjustly taken. As the days passed, the ghostly occurrences intensified. Doors slammed shut on their own, objects moved inexplicably. But it was the music that truly unnerved Ethan. A haunting melody, played on a piano he knew to be untouched. It would begin softly, a whisper of notes in the dead of night. Growing in intensity, filling the house with its mournful tune, he would follow the sound, his heart pounding in his chest, only to find the room empty. The music lingering in the air like phantom breath. He discovered a hidden compartment in the piano room. Inside, a leather-bound diary lay hidden. The diary of a young woman, her words filled with passion, then fear and finally despair. It spoke of a secret love, a forbidden affair and a jealous rage. Ethan pieced together the story. The young woman, Amelia, had fallen in love with a man forbidden to her. Their secret was discovered, and in a fit of jealous rage, she was murdered within the walls of the house. Her lover, accused of the crime, had vanished. He found a hidden passage leading to a dusty attic room. There, on a cobweb-draped table, lay a large, leather-bound book, its pages filled with strange symbols and cryptic writing, the Book of Shadows mentioned in hushed whispers in Amelia's diary. As he opened the book, a cold wind whipped through the room, extinguishing his flashlight. He felt a presence beside him, cold and mournful. Amelia's spirit, trapped within the house by her unresolved grief and the weight of her betrayal. Guided by an unseen force, Ethan's fingers traced the faded ink of the book. He understood. The book was not a tool of darkness, but a beacon of hope, a way to release Amelia from her spectral prison. He began to read aloud, his voice echoing in the stillness of the attic. The words, ancient and powerful, filled the air with a strange energy. He felt Amelia's presence grow stronger, her sorrow palpable in the air around him. He continued reading, each word carrying the weight of centuries and the power to mend the wounds of the past. As he spoke the final syllable, the air crackled with energy. A blinding light filled the room, forcing him to close his eyes. Silence descended once more. When Ethan dared to open his eyes, he found himself back in the attic. The book lay closed on the table, its power seemingly spent. The air was lighter now, the oppressive atmosphere lifted. He could sense Amelia's presence, but it was different, peaceful, grateful. He felt a gentle touch on his hand, and then it was gone. He knew that Amelia's spirit was finally free from the shackles of her past, released from the prison of the Hollow House. He left the book untouched, a testament to the story he had uncovered and the peace he had helped to restore. Taking one last look around the attic, he made his way out, leaving Amelia and her secrets behind.